When you taste the subtle samplings of the sapling in its prime, then you've heard from nature's nocture when the night is yet but mine. Hear the mewling of the dewdrops as they dance their dirge divine, and see the clamor of the treetops as we test the tempest vine. So rise up, fair oceans, leaving breaths and salts behind. Riding high the billows gather on their inland climb, and falling clouds lay down to rest on mountain peaks. Then waterfalls and shallow streams will the valley seek. And oh, the rivers snake to fill the lakes and lap against her shores, and then the drops move onward on their never-ending chore. Through the wetlands and the deltas, flowing fast or slow or free, until finally water rests again in the arms of the sea. So rise up, fair oceans, leaving breaths and salts behind. Riding high the billows gather on their inland climb, and falling clouds lay down to rest on mountain peaks. Then waterfalls and shallow streams will the valley seek. My spirit soars in mountains. My spirit soars in mountains. Take in the vistas, hold it tight. Remember forever. Blue haze it rises, gravity's grace. The memory fade, oh never. Primal rocks release my cares, torment me not in ember. The blazing fire of twilight's grace reveals the shining splendor. So rise up, fair oceans, leaving breaths and salts behind. Riding high the billows gather on their inland climb, and falling clouds lay down to rest on mountain peaks, and waterfalls and shallow streams will the valley seek. My spirit soars in mountains. My spirit soars in mountains.
Hello, all my circus freaks out there. It's story time, and I am your humble storyteller. Behold the lay of Cooper Creek, its waters running out before me, its gentle beauty and timid grace forever to implore me. These, along with the poem that you heard at the beginning of this video, are just a few lines from the Lay of Cooper Creek, a tale sung and told amongst the Riveras clan of elves who make their home in the Elderwood, a primordial forest to the north of Arkona, where the elves have lived for generations. And when you consider that elves are a very long-lived race, generations of elves is eons. The elves of the Riveras clan have made their home in the Elderwood for a long time. And because of this, they're very slow to change and are loath to leave their forests. That's why they sing songs to remind them of the beauty and splendor that surrounds them in the wilds. Cooper Creek is a tributary of the Long River, which runs from the north all the way to the south of Arkona. And along its waters are many, many picturesque places where the elves will go and sit for hours and just look. And they're reminded of the time before the younger races came. The elves, being such a stubborn, long-lived race, being loath to change, take a long time to make decisions. So amongst the Riveras elves, there was a certain individual who wished to go out and see the wider world, and having only reached his 60th year, was still considered a child amongst the elves. So he patiently waited for the elders of his clan to make a decision on whether or not he could go travel the world and see the sights. Well, years passed, and the subject would be brought up at the council meetings, and they would discuss it and discuss it some more and never come to a decision. Until finally, this individual just got fed up with it and respectfully told the clan and the elders of the clan that he had to do this. The wanderlust was too great within him. So he set out and he sought out the wider world. And he saw many things and he had many tales to tell. But that's a story for another time. Now, if we could get a little real for a minute, man, it's a very, very exciting time to be a wrestling fan. If you saw any of AEW's Double or Nothing, you'll understand what I'm talking about. WWE, in my opinion, has become stagnant of late, which is really a shame because wrestling fans want to watch wrestling. And Double or Nothing proves that. You know, a pay-per-view for a company that hasn't even had their first televised show to do 400,000 buy-ins on a pay-per-view at $50 a pop, you do the math. You know, there is something there, which just proves that wrestling fans aren't going away. We're still here. We want a product we can get behind. We want to be entertained. And I think that WWE has just lost focus with that, in my opinion, you know, and opinions are subjective, whatever. But I'm really excited about All Elite Wrestling. I really think that they're going to come in when they start doing their televised shows on TNT, I believe, in September or maybe early October. I'm not exactly sure when. But, you know, the match between Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes was hands down one of the best matches I have seen in years, man. I'm not ashamed to say it, that at the end there, when they were doing the whole, I don't need a partner, I don't need a friend, I need my big brother, man, yeah, it had me all tore up. And that's the power of the storytelling that can be accomplished with wrestling. You know, you can get emotionally invested, you know, when there's a near pinfalls and reversals, and there's the ups and there's the downs, and you know, that's what wrestling fans live for. And that's what AEW looks like it's going to give us. And WWE just really hasn't been. I mean, I'll admit that I got invested into the whole Kofi Kingston, you know, title run. And, you know, good on WWE for hitting that and not making it, you know, just a one-shot thing or having Kofi only hold the belt for, you know, a night and then lose it. You know, so they're trying, I guess, but I'm not seeing it. But I am seeing it on All Elite Wrestling. And it feels like back in the day when I used to watch wrestling, you know, flipping back and forth between WWF and then WCW and, you know, during the commercial breaks, we're switching back and forth. That's what it feels like. And it's really exciting. But I know it's been a while since I posted a video, and honestly, that's on me. But just wanted to bring something a little different to y'all this time, you know, with a poem that I wrote up in the mountains last weekend when I was going camping. Had a lot of fun, recharged the batteries, you know, reinvigorated things. But that's about it for this time, y'all. So like, follow, comment, share, hit the notification bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. I love y'all. I really, really do. I mean that. And I hope to hear from you soon, all my circus freaks.